Cities is sponsored by SFG Medicare. Can you believe it? January is almost over. A new year means new Medicare plans and benefits. And if you've had the opportunity to use your new plan and ran into problems, what can you do about it? Well, on today's Medicare Tips with Andrew, we're going to talk about fixing problems with your Medicare plan. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Welcome back.
Always glad to be here.
Glad to have you here. Great information. Let's talk about if you do have a problem, what can you do to fix it?
So if you have a problem, Medicare does offer some opportunities that you can actually change your plan.
Okay.
So if you're not happy with the new plan that you changed to, or if your plan did change, there may be some opportunities to change your plan.
All right. And it works through a special enrollment, right?
Yes.
Tell us how that works.
So a special enrollment period runs throughout the year that's for special situations to change your plan. Mm-hmm. Usually it's like if you move, from state to state, or if you lose your employer coverage. But many people in the region have a special election period right now because of the flood we had.
Right.
A lot of people were focused on, saving their home or doing things like that, and they weren't focused on their insurance. And so anybody that lives in those certain counties, which is most of East Tennessee, you can change your plan right now.
Now, what are some red flags that folks need to look for when deciding whether or not to change their plan?
So one of the big red flags is if you can't see your doctor. So, you should always be able to see the doctors that you want to see and go to the hospitals that you want to go to. So if there's been a change in your network and you want to change your plan, that would be a red flag.
Is there any other red flags we need to be on the lookout for?
Another big one would be your medication. So the biggest changes for 2025 has to do with the prescriptions. And so if you're feeling like you're paying a lot for your prescriptions, you may want to look at changing your plan to lower your prescription costs.
Now, is there anything in particular about 2025 in the Medicare plans that people need to be on the lookout for?
So the big thing was the change in drug plans. And a lot of plans now have deductibles on their prescription coverage where you didn't in the past.
Right.
One of the big things about that is the deductible is a one-time thing. Right. So if you went to the pharmacy and your drugs were really expensive this month, more than likely that's not going to be the case for the rest of the year.
So let's talk about, you are offering some ways, you're hosting Medicare 101 educational seminars. Tell us where those are going to be and when they're going to be.
Yes, so I'm hosting 6 seminars this week. These are designed for people that are going on to Medicare for the first time, that are turning 65 this year or coming up. And I'm all over the Tri-Cities. Yes. So I'm in Elizabethton, I'm in Johnson City, Jonesboro, Greenville, Bristol, and Kingsport. So
we're going to have those up in a moment, but let's talk about when folks come to these educational seminars, what can they expect?
Well, the great thing is it is an educational seminar.
Right.
So I'm not selling you anything.
Right.
I'm not trying to
do anything.
I'm just educating you on how Medicare works.
Right.
Medicare is really confusing for a lot of folks, and so I've been doing this coming up on 17 years now.
Right.
And so I love doing these seminars because the light bulb comes on. Just explaining the nuts and bolts of how Medicare works, and at all of them I feed you lunch or dinner.
I get that. It's very important, though, for folks that suffered damage during Hurricane Helene. It is very important to find out all of your options when it comes to your Medicare coverage.
Yeah, I mean, this area was devastated. A lot of people went through some really hard times, and the last thing you want to deal with is problems with your insurance.
Right.
So if I can help, that's what I want to do.
All right, we're going to give everybody some information right now, okay? Thank you for stopping by today. Folks, Medicare 101 educational seminars with Andrew Price of SFG Medicare coming up today at the Black Olive over in Elizabethton at 6 p.m., tomorrow at the Black Olive in Jonesboro at 11:30 a.m., tomorrow at the Bayou Boys in Johnson City at 6 p.m. If you need more information, we got some more. January 29th at Nick's Restaurant in Kingsport at 6, January 30th at the Bristol Public Library at 6 p.m. and February 1st down in Greenville at the Gondolier Restaurant at 11:30 a.m. If you need more information, please call Andrew at 423-737-1865. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by SFG Medicare.